The best gospel music on the web with the voice of inspiration.
Lady, check your wings to see if you are ready to fly again. I want to take you to that place through the clouds, far past the skies, where the moon and the stars move together. This is no play, no game on your feelings. I want to tell you, girl, that love's alive, love's not dead, love's alive. When I looked into your eyes, I could see that you have cried. Don't you think about that other guy who told you lies and made you cry? Love's alive, love's not dead, love's alive when we are together. I know what he did to your heart, lady. A man knows your eyes show. Lift up your face to me. Don't hang your head, don't you think about that other guy who told you lies and made you cry. Let me show you, girl, that love's alive, love's not dead, love's alive when we are together. Lady, check your wings, I've checked mine too, and I'm ready to fly with you to that place, to the clouds, far past the skies, where the moon and the stars move together. Girl, don't you think about those other guys who told you lies and made you cry? Be my lady, and I'll show you that love's alive, love's not dead, love's alive when we are together. When we are together. This is no play, no game on your feelings, lady. Oh yeah. Let's love like a human duet. You write the song, I want to play along. Cling to me, hold on to me, get under my wings as we raise ourselves higher and we fly to that place through the clouds, far past the skies, where the moon and the stars move closer, 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 together as we kiss. Love's alive, love's alive, love's alive, love's alive when we are together. Lady, check your wings, I've checked mine too. Oh, love's alive, love's alive, love's alive. Love's alive, love's alive, love's alive. Oh, love's alive when we are together.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to preach the good news through inspirational music. Welcome to the music ministry of the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry with the voice of inspiration. I hope that your day started off great. I hope that your night rest was one of full relaxation. And let the world problems be the world problems, and let you know that whatever you need, you can always take it to the Lord and leave it there. Good morning, and good morning. Why don't you email, hashtag tweet, share this link with some friends? You never know what somebody might be going through. You know, they might need some inspiration in their daily walk of life. You know, so that's what it's going to be like. I just want to play it the best way I know how. And that was Juanita Wynn with her newest single, Let It Go. Whatever's holding you back, let it go. Hey, look, ain't no sense of going through something when you don't have to. I also want to say good morning to Antoine B. I got something coming up with him later on in the show. You know, all those people that's chiming in this morning. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to the show. I just want to let you be aware that, you know, here we play inspiration to make sure that people feel good about themselves. And that's, to me, is more important than anything else. You know, that's why you just got to let it go. You just got to let it go. And coming up next, we got some Earl Bynum, who's coming up. You know, this song is for you right here on the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry. So like I said, share the link with somebody on Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, Twitter, wherever and however you reach people in your life. Let them know that God is still on the throne. It doesn't matter what they might be going through. God is always and will be there beside them. He sits high, but he looks low, and he never gives up on you. Sometimes we fail to realize it's we that give up on ourselves. If we learn to keep the faith and keep believing in his word, everything will be all right. But I did not come to preach. I only come to spread some joy through inspirational music. So let me get back into the inspiration part of my show with Earl Bynum. This song is for you, right here on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
I just wanted to do something for you that was different, that was totally to you. So God, I thank you for everything you've done. And so right now, this song right here is for you. This song is for you, to tell you how much I love you.
This song is for you,
to tell you that you mean the world to me.
This song is for you,
because you turned my life around. I was thinking about how much you mean to me, so I wrote a song.
This song is for you.
You. For every time you made me smile when I was frowning, for every time you held me close when I was down, and for every time you wiped my tears when I was crying, for every time I spent with you and I walk away smiling, for every time I needed you and you were always there, every time that I needed you, you always proved to me you care. Tell you how much I love you.
This song is for you,
to tell you that you mean the world to me.
This song is for you,
because you turned my life around. I was thinking about how much you mean to me, so I wrote a song.
This song is for you.
Every time I made mistakes and you forgave me, for every time I cried out for you and you saved me, for every time I didn't do all that I could, for all those times you loved me like a real love should. Every time that I needed you, you were always there. Every time that I needed you, you always proved to me you care. Oh, to tell you how much I love you.
This song is for you.
To tell you that you mean the world to me.
This song is for you.
Because you turned my life around. I was thinking about how much you mean to me, so I wrote a song.
This song is for you.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I wanna thank you.
And I want to thank you.
I wanna thank you.
I want to thank you.
I wanna thank you.
I want to thank you.
Sure wanna thank you.
I want to thank you.
I wanna thank you.
I want to thank you.
'Cause it could have been me.
I want to thank you.
Outdoors.
I want to thank you.
No food.
I sure want to thank you.
Oh, no, no.
And I want to thank you.
Could have been left alone. Been just another number.
I want to thank you.
I wanna
I
thank
sure
you.
want to thank you.
Oh, you've been so
I
good.
want to thank you.
I wanna
I
thank you.
want to thank you.
Oh, you've been so kind, God.
Thank you.
I wanna
I
thank
sure
you.
want to thank you for you.
Man, I love this.
Contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. Contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. Don't talk about the way I dress. It might be my Sunday best. I know who God is, so let him do his best. Contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. Contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. Don't talk about the way I dress. It might be my Sunday best. I know who God is, so let him do his best. Contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. With me, contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. Don't talk about my baggy jeans, just listen to the song I sing. I know who God is, so let him do his best. Jesus is a friend of mine, with me all the time. Help me find my way, each and every day. Don't worry that my style is wrong. Just say that you're old and I'm young. Don't worry that my style is wrong. Just say that you're old and I'm young. Contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. Contemporary Christian, you see, I love the Lord. Just like Abraham, I dress the way that I am. Jesus Christ to my left and God to my right. Meditating to myself, yeah, I'ma be alright. Jesus Christ broke bread, Jesus Christ brought wine. Meditating to myself, yeah, I'ma be just fine. Jesus Christ broke bread and he brought wine. Meditating to myself, yeah, I'ma be just fine.
Hi, I'm Antoine B, and you're listening to WODU with Captain 85, Frequency Distribution, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Lies, deceit, envy, fake,
You need to get away.
jealousy, wannabe,
I'm sick and tired of all these fake ones trying to be down with me. Talking about me and Antoine go back and we're like fake. Having drastic equals plastic, so put the lameness up on the shelf. What it comes down to is that you only really down for yourself. You cannot impress me. The words you're talking out my face. Just keep on walking. Paper chasing. You need to stop it. Trying to take advantage. You need to shut up, get gone, move on. Come on, keep it real. If you lie to my face, then I know you probably will still. You need to get away. Just get away out my space where my mind can run free. My heart and soul will then be at ease. Don't leave a trace around me of your negativity. I love to live and be free. Someone said I wouldn't make it on my own, but was surprised when they turned the radio and the TV on. They were shocked like what? My phone blew up every minute and every day. The address will end my phone might, but me, I'll never change. I heard you went all out, but it's me you doubt. You're living foul, you can smell this all around. You need to shut up, get gone, move on. What kind of mess is that? Wasn't it you, if I remember, who backstabbed me in my back? Just get away. Just get away out my space. Need to my heart and soul will then be at ease. Just get away. Don't leave a trace around me of your negativity. I love to live and be free. I had a preacher teacher said I'm sinking and sin. Sit and judge without a heaven or a hell to put me in. Preaching for the money and not the soul. If they say I'm gonna hell, yeah. And I'm sure if I was to go, I'll see him there as well. I don't need no hypocrite. Try to teach me to shut your lips. What kind of mess is this? Just don't make no sense. You need to shut up, I get on, move on. Come on and tell the truth. Know the difference between judging and the tree that's known by its Let's ride. What? Come on, let's ride. Your monopoly. What up? You try. Come on, let's ride. Let's go. Check it. I take a journey ride. Where we going to? I take a journey ride. Where we going to? I take a journey ride. Where we going to? I take a
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. That's the sound of Antoine B. Live and be free. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Live and be free right here on the Let's Get Praise Music Ministry with the voice of inspiration. You know, when you live to be and live and be free, your consciousness, the spiritual part of your mind creates all this energy, positive energy, that you can achieve anything you want. All you got to do is have faith of a mustard seed, believe in yourself, and keep your hand in the master hand. Everything is going to be all right. Salute to all the haters, because if you didn't have haters, you wouldn't know how good you was doing. Because they'll talk about you. They're like, yo, you know, he think he all that in a bag of popcorn. Well, you know, I am. Nevertheless, want to send a good morning shout out to Virginia Hunt, who's chimed in to watch today and listen on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. Like I said, at 12 o'clock noon, you know what we do, the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And coming up today, local business owner that I had the fortune to work with back in the 80s at several nightclubs and restaurants that he owned. And he's coming in today to talk about what's in the water. No, not in Virginia Beach, but what's in the water in Virginia, in the 757, the talent, all the people that a lot of people don't know, a lot of national acts that's down in Virginia Beach this weekend used to hang out at some of his nightclubs, talent shows, Man, you'll be surprised. We're going to talk about it today. It's all about the community. It's all about the best of the 757. Nevertheless, let's get back into God gave his best. And that's what God does. He gives us his best. He makes sure that we wake up in the morning, start on our daily journey, get to work, have a positive attitude, love our co-workers, show a smile to people that we meet and greet along the way, and then back home with our family and sit down to dinner and say a prayer. It's all about the love. It's all about God gave it to us. Right here on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
God gave his son. His name is Jesus. He came and gave his Hi, this is Lil J.
And we're TSB.
And you're listening to Let's Give Praise Music Ministry with the voice of inspiration on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's do it right here. Everybody go tell it on over, oh, and everywhere. Oh, go tell it on that Jesus, hey, 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 how many believe He is Lord? Oh my, said I'm talking about that man named Jesus. Let me tell you what He done for me and how He set me free. Listen, I was a wretch undone until my God came and gave me His only Son. Son came to show me. He came and showed me the way. Told Him on that day. I told Him that I promise I'll tell Him. Told Him, Lord, I will. I promise I'll tell Him. Tell everybody just how good He's been. Tell them all the ways He made. How He opened doors that was closed in my face. Tell everybody what old Isaiah said. He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquity. All the chastisement of our peace was upon Him. By His stripes we're already here. I need you to know you're already here. Let's take a little higher, see. Well, I promise, just I will. I promise to the Lord, tell everybody, everywhere I go, that He still lives, that He still lives. Y'all wanna come on in here? Say it again, say. That ain't the one I want. Y'all know how I like it. That sound all right. My. Can I get a witness here? Let me hear it on and say, yeah. I promised the Lord, gotta let the world know. I told the Lord that when He saved me, turned my life around, put me on the right road, the road called straight. He didn't leave me, He stayed right there. He walked with me every step of the way, and I'm glad about it. I'm glad about it. Nobody but Jesus can beat me. Oh, na 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 na. Ooh, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, as I say these words right here. Listen, you want to be, you want to be, Lord, say, washed in blood. You want to be born, filled with, oh, yes, sir. Listen here, I remember one day where I could have been living in sin. Jesus came, He came and took me in, said He picked me up, turned me all around. Then He placed my feet, He placed them on the higher ground. Oh, I've been born again. I've been born again. Oh, Lord, I've been born again. I've been changed, y'all. I've been born again. Oh,
I've been born. And Nicodemus said, he said to Jesus, how can a man be born when he's already old? Now let me tell you what Jesus said. As I say unto thee, unless a man is born by the water in the spirit, he cannot enter. He cannot enter into the kingdom of the Lord. And let me tell you one thing about me. I know I've been born again. I say this sanctified, washed in the blood of the Lamb, filled with the Holy Ghost. Put clapping in my hands, put running in my feet, put joy in my soul. I know He put happiness in my heart. He touched my weary body and made me whole. Let me hear you say yeah. If you know you've been born again, if you know you've been washed by the blood, yeah. I say yeah. Come on, Jesus, bless me. I know somebody needs a blessing. I know you need a miracle. You ought to tell them right now. Good God Almighty, it's all not over yet, y'all. I want you to do me one favor. Grab you a neighbor and tell them like this. I've been born again. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Do you know you've been born? Did it change your soul? Did it make you whole? You know you've been born again.
There have been times when I looked at myself and wondered why you ever loved me. All those times I left you 'cause I wanted to do my own thing. But you never left me, you just waited so patiently. I could not go without your love, and I need you in my heart. Without you, my life would fall apart. You pick me up when I fall, always there. Call you Lord. I wanna say thank you for loving me. So my hands I will raise, I'll bless your name, Lord. I just wanna thank you for loving me. Lord, I can see just how empty my life would be if I had to live without your presence. Please hear my cry, draw me closer as the day go by. Tell me what I gotta do to be totally pleasing to you. I could not go without your love, given from above, down in my heart. I know you pick me up when I fall, always there when I call your name. Lord, I wanna say thank you for loving me. With my hands I will raise, with my whole heart I will bless your name. Lord,
for you. I just want to say thank you for loving me. So my hands I will raise with my heart. I bless your name. Thank you for loving me. My phone always there when I call your name. Lord, I wanna say thank you for loving little old me. So my holy hands I will raise with my whole heart. I'm gonna bless your name. Lord, I wanna say thank you for loving no more kids. Oh. Thank you for loving me.
Oh, yes. WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. That's Commission. I love that song. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for loving me. When I fall, you pick me up. You hold my hand. And when I call you, I'm telling you, you're always there. That's what we got to remember. Regardless of what we're going through, he still sits high and look low. That's the power of the Holy Spirit that dwells in each and every one of us. We can never, never give up because we are his people. Regardless of what people try to put us through, just remember, thank God for loving you. No question about it. Don't forget, coming up at 12 o'clock on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show, the one and only, the legendary club owner, restaurant entrepreneur. I'm talking about Mr. Barry Davis. He'll be in the building at 12, right here on the Best of the 757. Let's get back into some more inspirational music. This is Stanley Watts. As a matter of fact, this gentleman right here used to perform in the talent show at Club Royal Blue back in the day. WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
I'm striving to be more like Jesus.
I wanna love, I wanna be, I wanna speak like Jesus. I wanna walk, I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus. I wanna love, I wanna be, I wanna speak like Jesus. I wanna walk, I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
I wanna love everybody like Jesus. Speak spiritual things like Jesus. Move like Jesus. With the power God gave to me. And I want the world to see it's the Holy Spirit that lives in me. Lord, pour on your spirit on me. I wanna be more like you, more like you, Jesus, like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
I wanna be like Jesus.
I wanna speak like Jesus.
Like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
More like Jesus.
I wanna be, I wanna speak like Jesus.
I wanna be.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
I wanna be.
I wanna speak like Jesus.
Like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
Yeah. Lord, I wanna walk in your ways. Jesus, I wanna talk the same things. Have the same mindset as you, Christ. Be kind and polite. I wanna heal the sick. Not trying to be seen, trying to be rich. Lord, I just wanna do your will. 'Cause I know you're real. I wanna be.
I wanna be, I wanna speak like Jesus.
I wanna be like Jesus.
I wanna talk,
I wanna walk, I wanna talk like Jesus.
I wanna be, I wanna speak like Jesus.
Yeah.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
I wanna be like Jesus.
I wanna speak like
More and
Jesus.
more.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
I wanna be like Jesus. Yeah.
I wanna speak like Jesus.
like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
Yes, like Jesus.
I wanna speak like Jesus.
Oh, like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus. I wanna speak like Jesus. I wanna walk, I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
I
wanna speak like Jesus.
Like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
Yeah.
I wanna speak like Jesus. I wanna walk, I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus. I wanna speak like Jesus.
Like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus. I wanna love, I wanna be, I wanna speak like Jesus. I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus. I wanna speak like Jesus.
Like Jesus.
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus. I wanna love, I wanna be, I wanna speak like Jesus.
Anybody wanna be like Jesus?
I wanna talk, I wanna think like Jesus.
I'm striving to be like Jesus.
I wanna speak like Jesus. I wanna walk, I wanna talk, I wanna think like
Allie, didn't you hear me tell you to clean up your room? Why is your room not clean? Why is it taking you so long? We have somewhere to go. I'm tired of being late because you don't have your stuff together. You know what? If you're not ready, I'm just gonna leave you because this right here, I can't take it. Mom. My mom's a rock star. Hey, she's fly, and you can't deny it. Even in her drop top, don't she look hot? And you can't deny it. My mom's a rock star. Hey, she's fly, and you can't deny it. Even in her drop top, don't she look hot? And you can't deny it. My mom's a rock star. She's beautiful and she's wonderfully made. She's a masterpiece of priceless art, and she loved me right from the start. Through thick and thin, she's my best friend, and nothing can tear us apart. Even when she's down, she finds time to clown. That's why I love her like. My mom's a rock star. Hey, she's fly, and you can't deny it. Even in her drop top, don't she look hot? And you can't deny it. My mom's a rock star. Hey, she's fly, and you can't deny it. Even in her drop top, don't she look hot? And you can't deny it. My mom's a rock star. She's an angel, and I love the way she smells. She's a precious pearl. Yo, that's my girl. And there's no one like her in the world. Through thick and thin, she's my best friend, and nothing can tear us apart. Even when I'm down, she finds time to clown. That's why I love her like. My mom's a rock star. Hey, she's fly, and you can't deny it. Even in her drop top, don't she look hot? And you can't deny it. When I text her, she don't answer. I start feeling sad and alone. I know I'm not perfect, but she still loves me despite all my wrongs. She's all I have and all I own, and I pray for those who don't have them all. I love her, yeah, I love her, 'cause she's my rock star. My mom's a rock star. Hey, she's fly, and you can't deny it. Even in her drop top, don't she look hot? And you can't deny it. My mom's a rock star. Hey, she's fly, and you can't deny it. Even in her drop top, don't she look hot? And you can't deny it.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion, and you're listening to Frequency. Nah, it ain't. I keep forgetting what show I'm doing today. You're listening and watching the Let's Get Praise Music Ministry with the voice of inspiration. And, that was My Mom's a Rock Star. I keep telling you, we play everything to bring you the very best of inspirational music and let you know that whatever it takes to make sure that our community is safe, that's what we do right here, just for you. We'll be right back right after this important message.
The Adventures of Captain 85.
Another kid I've got to bury. Sheesh.
Tragic loss of life, isn't it?
Who said that?
I did. I'm Captain 85. I knew the boy. He had a very bright future until this drive-by shooting took his life.
Yeah, so I heard. Hey, buddy, do you always prowl around in that costume? It gives me chills.
My costume? Sir, there's far too many other elements of fear than my attire. The fact that the boy you've buried and others are dying in the streets is more fearful. The fact that gang violence has escalated. Kids are killing kids, teachers, even parents, whoever angers them. That's frightening. So long.
Well, I guess you're right. So long.
The Adventures of Captain 85.
The Real Adventures of Captain 85 mentoring program to stop the violence, the bullying. We are going to bring it down. We're going to shut it down. Right? Well, cyberbullying as well. The Community Action People Incorporated is about to launch a major campaign this summer. It's about our future generation. And remember that. So be listening and watching, because at 12 o'clock, less than 9 minutes away, he's sitting in the hot seat right there. He's got his thinking cap on. But we all about the legendary, the one and only Mr. Barry Davis, club owner, restaurant owner, entrepreneur, who launched some of the famous people that's going to be down in Virginia Beach. He also helped launch their careers. We'll talk about it. The best of the 757. Right now, this is Chiffon Clariere. Shut out the sun right here on the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry with the voice of inspiration on WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
I done seen great things come for destruction. Nobody helping you and your kids, you and your woman. Rent through more bills and more of them coming. 100 apps, but none of them jumping. A couple interviews, but most of them more about nothing, cause you got a felony. So you think about hustling, you think of your kids. Being the water, the government, more of a suffering. And you paying the judgment, irreverence. Feeling irrelevant, but you ain't settling, cause you got faith like a reverend. Feeling psychotic, the key to unlock it. See, I know that God got it to me. It's ironic, gift and the curse. Rent always doing the first. Landlord say we about to get kicked to the curb. The bro called and he told me he can get me some work. 20 an hour, he put in the word. I'm like, word. I wrote this for you, mama, singing this song while we watch from the view, mama. Can never pay you back when we start with 2 commas. We struggled a few summers, was locked up a few winters. We had some good days, some nights with no dinner, whole nights in November. Your life was so simple, every day in the gym. I'm just playing to win. Before I shoot at the stars, I had to aim at the rim. Then I picked up the mic, that was my bro's advice. We out here looking for blessings, not willing to sacrifice. I gave it all of my might, pray for this all of my life. Was working, steady working, without an end in sight. What's Sabrina? Can get everything she ever dreamed of. Pick the fence, can choose either side, whichever's greener. Sold out arenas, so many people screaming my name. I made them believers.
Great Redeemer, mighty healer, your love's forever true. I've learned when I call on your name, things they must change. Jesus, you are the victor. You are the victor. You are the great and mighty King. A strong tower. A strong tower. My provider. Jesus, you are. You are my everything. Yes, my everything. Come on, lift your voice. My everything. Oh, defeated death. You conquered the grave. Through your love, my life you saved. He did it all for me. My past forgave. Your grace covers me always. See, I have learned your name. Things they must change. Come on, sing it. I have learned your name. Things must change. Jesus, you are. You are the victor. You are the great and mighty King. You're a strong tower. My provider. Come on, let's lift it up. Come on, sing Jesus, you are. You are the victor. And you are the great and mighty. A strong tower. Yes, you are, Lord. Yes. Come on, let's sing it up. You are the victor. You're the great and mighty King. Come on, anybody know him to be a strong tower? And it's been my provider. My provider. You are the great and mighty King. Oh, Jesus, you are. You are the victor. You're the great and mighty King. Yes, you are. A strong tower. Jesus, you are my everything. Come on, sing it. My everything. Come on, lift your voice and sing my everything. You ought to raise your voice and sing it, my everything. Oh,
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. Let's Get Praise Music Ministry. It's 12 o'clock now. It's time to go live with the best of the 757.
Lord, you are God. My life belongs to you. Great Redeemer, mighty healer. Your love's forever true. My everything.
WODU, the voice of inspiration. The best of the 757 Community Talk Show. I want you to go ahead and let people be aware that we are now live in the studios of WODU. And we're going to have some fun today. That's what it's all about. The everything Victoria. That's the Mount Millennium Choir right here on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. As we get ready to go live, turn on the mic, talk to the one and only, the legendary Mr. Barry Davis. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing,
Your
Captain
mic's
85?
on. Huh? Your mic's on.
How you doing, Captain 85?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Today, we're going to talk and stream live and let people be aware that it's all about the love, And I want y'all to hit the share button and let people know that, Mr. Barry Davis is in the house. And we're going to talk about, this week they talking about what's in the water down in Virginia Beach. And
it's called Something in the Water.
Yeah, something in the water. I'm talking about what's in the water with you. Because a lot of people are not aware of, and I know you keep saying you don't remember or you paid the bills. That's what you say. But you helped launch some of those people that's down there career. And because of you owning the Club Royal Blue on 1872 East Little Creek Road in Norfolk, Missy Elliott was in the talent show there on Little Creek Road. But nevertheless, before we get into all of that, let's talk about, what inspired you to be in the nightclub business? As you was growing up, I know you had in Virginia Beach, you had bike rental in Virginia Beach. You was a stockbroker. Tell the people a little bit about your history. How Mr. Davis come about to be.
Well, Captain 85, I started when I was in college.
Okay.
I started a bike rental concession and parking lot concession down the ocean front where they're having the concert this weekend.
Okay.
And through the years, I succeeded, made a good amount of money. I went in the Army, did a little time in the Army after I graduated from James Madison. I went in the reserves, and between the Army and starting Club Royal Blue, I was a commodity trader in New York City for 2 years at the World Trade Center. And then I lent some money to my father, who was in the bar business.
Okay.
And he opened what was a rock and roll nightclub on Little Creek Road.
Okay.
1872 East Little Creek Road. At that time, it was the Lebanon crisis had broken out, and all the military had been taken out to sea and was over fighting in the Lebanon crisis, and the business kind of sunk, and they were going broke, and I came back from New York, took over the business, bought out the partners, and opened what is now Club Royal Blue.
Oh man.
I was 24 years old.
Hey, 24. But hey, legendary now. It's good to know that, with the clubs that you had open, and we were able to facilitate some of the greatest entertainers in the world came to the Royal Blue. Even if in talent shows, they went on to be successful in the entertainment world, such as Missy Elliott from Portsmouth. People used to come in your club. All type of celebrities used to hang out in there. Bruce Smith, that played football at the time. He was with the Buffalo Bills. Teddy Riley, that wrote for Guy and all the other groups. He used to come there, when he was when he had his studio here, hang out there. Sweet Pea Whitaker, back in the day, they used to come in there. Do anybody ever walk up to you and to kind of like remember that, the times that they were there, or because I mean, by you being, you're always around, celebrities, or do they remember the things that you accomplished?
Well, Sweet Pea, I see Sweet Pea from time to time. I see Bruce
Okay.
a good amount. And, they all smile and remember the times
Yeah.
we had. Wilson Washington.
Yeah.
All the former Old Dominion players.
Right.
All used to come in. Even when they became professional athletes.
Okay.
They would come back to the area and they would always stop in and say hello.
Yeah.
And now it's, as I own the alley in Newport News.
Right.
And, we have a night where we cater to the basically 45 and over crowd.
Okay. Okay.
And all that crowd, they were former Club Royal Blue
Right.
patrons when they were in their early 20s.
Right.
And they all smile and they laugh and they kind of wish they could go back to the old Club Royal Blue days.
Yeah. I also want to send some shouts out to some people that's watching. Angelo Petey, Dee Dee Brown, Joseph Goodwin, and Milton Robinson. Angie Harold is watching.
Angie.
he always, when he gets to Angie's name, he says it slow. Angie Harold used to be one of the managers at the Club Royal Blue.
Angie was my best manager.
Okay, well,
my best operational manager.
Yes, yeah, okay,
and best bartender.
Yeah, she was definitely that.
And best friend.
Yes, and
best friend.
I think she was maybe. Sometimes people don't understand is back in those days, it wasn't too many female managers of clubs.
I didn't know any.
Right, me either. That's what I'm saying. So the opportunities that people may not be aware of, the things that you've done, that's why you're here. So they will get to see the person and not hear things about people. Also want to send a man shout from, Clarence Neely. He's watching.
Clarence.
He says, Barry, Madu, best club owner, award goes to you.
Well, Clarence Neely is a tremendous guy. And
yeah.
What brought him here was he was in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
All the Coast Guard used to hang with.
Yeah. So what people and just said, tell Barry I said hello. You just did.
Hello, Angie. I miss you.
Yeah. So with all the things that you have accomplished, and you say you don't remember. So I'm the historian. I take pictures and I remember things and people may not remember. And in the community, you are one of the persons back in the day, in the 80s. You was paying waitresses back then $10 an hour.
Correct.
$10. Let's get it understood. $10 an hour. When everybody else was maybe getting $5 or $20, $2 an hour, which might be like $20 a night. So when people don't understand the things that you started, being in the nightclub business in the Afro-American community, the things that you've done, and people where, I'll say it and people are like, oh, well, that's, well, yes, it is true because I was there, and when it came to like the Martin Luther King monument down there on Church Street, you facilitated and gave several $1,000s.
Correct.
For that, where people may not be aware of. There's a lot of things that you have done. You have sponsored football and basketball teams in the community, when they didn't have nobody to support them. And some people, and I know that you're not walking around waving a flag, but it's not about waving a flag. It's about letting people be aware of what the best of the 757 represent. The people that make up the 757 is people like you. And it doesn't always, I tell people, you would say, well, we don't look at color. But you shouldn't have to look at color. But here's a man that's made it possible for in the Afro-American community to make a good living and to be able to pay their bills, put on talent shows with a large amount of money. Matter of fact, you got something coming up at the alley this week. Well, tell them about that before I keep, like I'm what they call it, roasting you and stuff.
Well, I mean, we are having a promotion for women.
Okay.
Women in heels, and in today's world,
yeah,
it's hard to get women to come out at night now.
Right.
In heels.
Right.
And so we're giving away $1,000
Whoa.
every Wednesday night.
Okay.
For the prettiest women in heels, best dressed. you know, in which that money is going to make a difference in somebody's world.
Yeah, Mike.
$100 is first prize. $100
Yeah.
is two other, place
Yeah.
winners.
Man, that's
But,
cool.
we're
That's
trying
going
to get
on.
people to dress again.
Hello.
35.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to tell them. You know, it's when you dress, you feel better.
Correct. You behave better.
Yeah, of course.
You behave
You know. So when you get the understanding that most people don't go out because I talk to people all the time because I'm out and about, and they like I don't like the crowd. I don't like the dress. I don't feel comfortable. But when people are dressed, their attitude change. You know, they feel good about themselves, and then they feel good when they meet other people. $1,000 is a lot of money. So, ladies, you got heels. That's the place to be at the alley. That's tomorrow night. You know, so that's one of the things he got going on. But see, these are the things that people are not aware of when you're doing things and you're putting on events and trying to bring a quality entertainment in the area, you know, and try to establish that, hey, it's about supporting the community that supports you, you know. So when I look back over the things that we have done and people that may not, Michael, Michael, how you doing? Good morning to you too, David, and Felicia Moore. How you doing today? And to Virginia Hunt, I just want to send a shout out to some of the people that's watching. That people need to be, you know, more responsive to supporting people that support the community. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, and I know your family has always been supportive in doing things in all the communities, at all your events, you know, at all your establishment. You're always giving back, raise money for the children hospital back in the day, and you put on events. You used to put on the event, the, the ugliest bartender or something.
The bartender's ball.
Yeah, the bartender's ball.
Which raised probably $1 million.
Wow. Yeah.
14, 15-year period.
Right.
Went to many organizations.
Right. And that's the key point. People don't understand you are constantly giving back. And, you know, it's not like, you know, hey, I wave a flag. Hey, I gave. Whenever someone came, you know, to the establishment, and I can say personally, at the Royal Blue, Luxury Brown, you know, on, you know, Little Creek Road and Luxury Brown on Baker Road, you know, if somebody wanted something or the community needed something, you said, 85, why are you asking me? Just give them a check. But don't give them all my money. And you was always doing that. You would always give back to the community. You like I said, you gave Little League. You bought jerseys for the Little League, football jerseys and stuff for kids that could.
Sponsored the whole league.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I remind you, 85.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to take you back to the subject of the entertainment.
Right.
If you remember years ago, nobody really came from Hampton Roads that was famous.
Right.
Whether it be athletics.
Right.
Or entertainment.
Right.
Nobody. And our talent shows were, I remember the names.
Yeah.
I don't remember the people who became famous from it because we didn't have very many over the years.
Right.
Like you said, Missy Elliott was our first.
Right.
But, you know, even athletes back then, nobody came to Hampton Roads recruiting or looking at anybody for a stardom. Whether it be entertainment. The first athlete really to come out of here was Alonzo Mourning, Allen Iverson.
Right.
Before that, we never really even had many pro athletes come out of here. Just very few. And now we have many.
Yeah.
This area is highly recruited in sports. It's known as a football hotbed for athletes.
Yeah.
And basketball now.
Yeah.
Which no one even came recruiting Hampton Roads
Yeah.
years ago. It's interesting.
Yeah.
How things have changed.
Yeah. It's changed a lot, but again, if your establishments weren't there, then they would never been able to do that.
It's a shame those people weren't discovered.
Right.
The people who sang in our contest.
You know, such people like Wilton Jones, who's now down in the ATL. He said he was going to, you know, be watching today, and he's doing a play now, and he's singing. You know, he's in a play, and he's now singing. You know, because he said, like, people said I always could sing, but I never looked at it. But now he's literally singing, and He's got articles, news media writing articles on him because he said one of them, the news media is going to call me to do another interview. You want to give him some more background on him. But if it wasn't for the Club Royal Blue, where it all started at, you know, he's he's moving on to a new segment in his life. Performing on stage and singing. So when you look at things like um, we have so many people like people that sent to the Apollo from the talent shows. We send people to the Apollo, and people don't not aware that these people was performing at the Royal Blue. And that's why well, they got something in the water. But what about what's in the water in Norfolk and Virginia Beach? And when you went to establish the largest black club in Virginia Beach, Picasso's, you know, you know, what was your vision when you started that?
Well, I mean, Virginia Beach had a growing community,
Yeah.
and we were there to serve it. There was a growing black community in Virginia Beach.
Right.
Really, there were no places to go in Virginia Beach back when
Right.
we opened Picasso.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was highly successful.
Yeah.
With the help of
Well, I
Captain
mean,
85.
the help of it's a team effort. I can't, like I tell people, no man is God made no man an island unto himself. I had a great team like Angie and Mike Reed. When you have a team that works together, it's easy to operate a club. It's easy.
Well, I remind you, the entertainers of the Royal Blue is
Yeah.
what really started Heartbreak Cafe.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. We moved entertainers and,
Right.
and taught them how to DJ.
Yeah.
How to spin music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because we entertained through our DJ booth.
Right.
Wilton Jones was a very popular entertainer.
And you already know. You already
Captain
know.
85 was a tremendous entertainer.
Yeah.
At the Heartbreak Cafe.
Yeah.
Which was the number one place.
Right. Yeah.
In the market.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's why you're here. The people don't understand. You had the number one clubs in the area. Kokomo's. I mean,
Rhinestone Calvary.
yeah, Rhinestone. Yeah. People don't know. All those clubs were number one because of your leadership. Anybody can open up a club, but everybody can't operate unless they know what they're doing. And that's what you was able to do with your knowledge and your training in military, your college degrees, and it helps people to come in and be able to say, hey, this is like home, because it was like family. It wasn't like, hey, I don't want to be here. You'd be like, I can't wait to get back the next night. And that's the way the people was.
I still feel that way.
Yeah, because when you have a club that's open, we was open like 6 nights, because you was like, well, no, let's just close 6. Let's just do 6, not 7. Give the community a break. And because people were always there. Nobody in the history of this area has ever had the largest talent show other than what we did at Royal Blue, Picasso's, and the largest karaoke night in the history of this area was at Luxury Brown.
Correct.
Nobody has a large crowd for over a year or more, or a year or so, on a Sunday night, and people sit and enjoy it. They look forward to it. So when people sit back and don't understand because most people don't plan meetings, and we always say meetings, sit down and talk about and discuss what needs to be done, marketing, campaign. It's important to do all that, So
Organization.
yeah, so somebody has to lead that, and that's what down in Virginia Beach they had to organize and have meetings upon meetings for this weekend to come. So that's what is important to understand about why I do the things and bring the people over here, because you are actually a blueprint of what went on that leads up to what's going to go on this weekend. To have all that many talent, all those talented people, over 50 acts on stage, that's unheard of. You know,
in 3 days.
Yeah, in 3 days. Yeah, that's like what is that? There? What was that? Woodstock. That's
I think
something
it's
like.
bigger than Woodstock.
Yeah, yeah.
I think this is going to draw more people than Woodstock.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I tell you, they're doing a great job organizing. The
Yeah.
city is involved, and so I believe that it's going to be highly successful.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, but I don't like. I ain't trying to get down there. That's too much of a crowd.
And it may not be that crowded.
Well,
it's going to be the people for the
people,
shows.
right?
But I think that those who go to the shows are going to find it.
Yeah.
The show's going to be very popular.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And it may be organized to the point where it's not too crowded down.
Right. Right. Because with the
They might
buses,
filter it, right?
Yeah.
They might filter enough,
Yeah.
so that there's not,
Yeah. Because people go in and out, but the 3 days of talent. People are gonna pick and choose what concerts they want to go to, what artists they want to see, and
How many people do you think are coming to the Hampton Roads community?
To the community
over this weekend?
Oh, well, we already know it's gonna at least be over 40 to 50,000. I'm pretty sure close to 50,000. Because normally it's 30,000. Anyway.
I bet you it generates 1 million people.
Yeah,
about the whole community.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
worldwide. Yeah,
from this whole area of Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Through to the beaches of Virginia Beach.
Yeah,
people will come here to be around.
Yeah,
and it's an economic engine.
Hello,
for every city.
Hello, yeah.
For every city, they're gonna realize the economic impact.
Yeah, because they got
this audience.
Yeah, because they got a show on Saturday. No, Saturday. No, I think it's Sunday. I think at the TED Convocation Center. Some of the artists that's been over here is going to be performing over at the TED Convocation Center, and it's about bringing local talent. And Pharrell is doing an excellent job in organizing. He's got the right team, the right security, and everything in place. And I'm pretty sure people are going to go out. They're going to be so excited to see these acts that they're going to just be fun. It's just going to be fun. And again, a lot of those acts, when you own Picasso's, used to come there. You used to hang out in there. So it's no act that's been down there that never been in none of the clubs that you owned or operated. And that's the thing. That's why I wanted to bring you over here, because people don't know that a lot of those people performed and used to hang out in Picasso's.
In fact, if I remember correctly, Jay-Z
came
to Picasso's.
Yeah.
When you and your brother were the owners.
Yeah.
And he had just come out with his first song.
Yeah. That was
just become popular.
Yeah.
And he brought a lot of people to Picasso.
Yeah, like 75 police. It took seven. Wasn't nobody fighting anything.
It's your birthday,
right? It was so many people in the area. They had to block off every sector because it was already packed and people were still coming. But it was, as soon as we said that he's left the building, everybody left. And it was like, everybody was gone. It was like in and out. But it was a great time.
But I bet no one knows Jay-Z appeared in Virginia Beach.
Right. Yeah.
In Hampton Roads. I don't think he's appeared since, has he?
In Norfolk at the Scope. Not in the club.
Okay.
Not performing in the club. So there was a performance at Picasso. That was like, man, it was like energy. See, when you got that energy, people don't have time to argue because the energy's there, and that's what it's gonna be like down there. You got Teddy Riley, you got Charlie Wilson coming in, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and I don't want to spread no rumors, but they say the B and the Kings supposed to be here. I don't know.
I heard they're coming.
Yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they supposed to pop up. And I'm pretty sure they are. They just didn't want to overwhelm because, you put that on the map, that's already wrapped, So the things that we're looking forward to this week is going to be exciting and fun. Also, send a mad shout out to Cecil Jenkins. He's watching, another person that used to come into Picasso's and Royal Blue when he was in town. He's out in Vegas now. The protege of Marvin Gaye, he's watching, and he's doing.
In fact, I remember it as Cecil and Lujan.
Yeah, Cecil and Lujan. Yeah, they out in Las Vegas now performing, and it's just so many people that came through those doors. But if you didn't facilitate that, those clubs Hampton Roads may not be as popular as it is.
Well, I remind you that you explained to me and brought it to my attention how things start here.
Right.
Worldwide entertainment starts here.
Right.
Thus, all of our military
Right.
that experiences our customs, our drinks,
Uh-huh.
our entertainment.
Right.
They go all over the world and spread it.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Angie, if you're listening, I remember people would call to find out how to make a funky cold Medina from Japan. Because they didn't know how to make it. The customers were asking for funky cold Medinas.
That's what I'm trying to tell them. You know, they don't understand the power of this area.
This area is huge.
Yeah, it's
we affect
major.
the world.
Right. Hello. Tell them again. I didn't want to say it, but people think I'm off my rocker when I start telling them that.
No, everything that comes from this area spreads around the world because our people go around the world.
Around the world, yeah. And to bring it home, but again, if the Royal Blue wasn't there, Heartbreak Cafe, Kokomo's, Picasso's, and the alley, people don't understand is how many people come and leave. Over what? This has been over like 40 years maybe. Doing? You have to understand every 4 years, college graduate and they leave thousands, hundreds of thousands of college students leave and go back to their state or other states, remembering what? That they were here at the clubs that you used to run. And one of the guys, I can't remember his name now, you hired him as security. He was in the military. He left to go because he said if he went to I can't remember his name, he said, if I go over to Germany for 2 years, I'll make captain. That's why he left. And maybe I think it's been about 10 years ago when they was doing the Gulf War or something, when they first started doing the satellite where you could see the soldiers to talk back to the family. He was one of the people that was talking back to his mom and dad. And you know what he was? He was a brigadier general.
Wow.
And he used to work for you at Royal Blue. And that's the thing people don't understand, that the people that came in and started young, and now they're doing great things. Rico Suave, I think he built houses now. He's in real estate in Williamsburg or somewhere in the area. So a lot of people come through and say, hi Roberta, how you doing? And Virginia Hunt, how you doing? Crystal, how you doing? Crystal, how you doing? To those that's charming in and watching. People are not aware of how much, a blessing for the things that you and your family
Well, thank you very much.
Because, I've worked for you for, over 20-some years when I was working for you, but the joy of working was that you always allowed me to use my creativity to do what I want to do. And like I tell anybody, I don't really work. I work to make a living for my family, but it's the creativity that allows me to be able to facilitate the things I do. And that's what you allowed me to do by working.
Well, I remind you that I'm only as good as my people.
Right.
And my people are good.
Yeah.
Because we allow our people to do what they know how to do.
Yeah.
And we don't stymie them.
Yeah.
We let them create their own entertainment or their own organization.
Right.
And unless it's not working.
Yeah.
It's successful.
Yeah, it gets, but that's the thing is in a business. I mean, like people, they're not business people. They're like operators. I don't know what they operate. They don't run it like a business. It's like, and then you try to explain to them it's a business, and this is the way you gotta facilitate it for longevity. You're doing short term, and the nightlife in Virginia Beach is like one day here, one day open.
We have to learn how to maintain peace and good order.
Right.
In all of our places.
Yeah.
And our customers need to come in and understand that.
Yeah.
And bring their peace and good order to us.
Yes.
Not handle their issues.
Yeah.
In our places.
Yeah, that's the conflict when operating a club that people don't understand is most of the time the problem is people know they're in a club, they don't know where that person live after they leave. So they're gonna try to. I tell people and when I'm training security, they're going to try to handle it here. But in order to disengage them, you never talk to two people in the same place. Break them apart. Take one place this way, one place that way, and by talking to them, if their attitude ain't right, escort them and let them, tell them they got to go. And if they don't want to leave, it's going to be consequences. And
But if you create an environment,
right,
like our music today, if you try to corral the music and play the radio versions instead of the street versions,
right,
and get some of the harder music out,
yeah,
the results might be much better.
Yeah,
and they are much better.
Yeah, because music today, you got so many genres of music. You don't have to play when you play negative music. Because by being in college, you study and research and blah blah blah. So when I study stuff, I know that the frequency the music that you're playing, the frequency is on a negative, is a negative frequency. You cannot overcome it. You can't. The only way you can overcome it is change the frequency of the music, because the person that comes in the club has already got an attitude. So if you're playing that negative music, that's only going to perpetuate it so that it causes him to escalate. Once he take 5 steps into anybody's building to that bar, Jack Daniels and Hennessy is telling him, "Hey, you Superman, baby. You are Superman, baby. Don't let him talk to you any kind of way." And that's what happens. And then a day later, they're asking themselves, "What did I do?"
They're apologizing.
Yeah,
they're at our doorstep
yeah,
apologizing.
they come back. Yeah,
correct.
And it's not that people come out to that. It's just that today society, so much negativity going around. It don't take but a minute for somebody to just get an attitude where you can just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Sorry, bro.
Well, I can tell you, 85, we're not afraid to introduce inspirational music
into
our business.
Of course. You got
it's
to.
Full house, and we're playing gospel.
Yeah.
Hip hop.
Well, see, you got gospel dance music.
We play it.
Yeah. I got tons of gospel that's dance music. It's inspirational dance music. Melba Moore got a great dance music.
We introduce Bibles at our front door.
Right.
Free to take a Bible.
Right.
Free Bibles.
Right. Because, see, most people think that in religion, God stayed on the outside.
We all need religion. We bring God on the inside.
Yeah. You have to have that inspiration because it soothes. It's the soothing part. It's the subconscious that need to connect with the universe and to let people understand that we are human and we need to be loved and we need to be.
We write Bible verses on our bathroom mirrors.
Oh, okay.
So when you're in there, you feel or you see God. God
Right.
is in our building.
Right.
We want God there.
Right. It's called frequency distribution. Whatever the subconscious, see, the conscious is what we're doing now. The subconscious is when you wrote it on the wall, and it stays in the.
And the results we've seen has been miraculous.
Yes.
The change of behavior, the change of attitude is enormous.
Yeah.
And that's how the entertainment world will grow.
Right.
If people behave with kindness, not
right. You don't have to, like I said, is with the artists today, and my son, he just started his record label, and it's called AOV, Art Over Everything, meaning that everything that we do is an art form. If we see it and experience it, spiritually and emotionally, we create. We are creators. We are creatures of creativity. So if we create the environment that we want to be in, the culture will grow, and attitudes will change. And I have artists over here locally. I rather play local people music. Why? Because I try to tell them, you can't do the negative music if you want to be on radio. You have to play the positive. And they're like, okay, well, and then they start changing. Then they'll come back, I talk like, well, you was right. I feel better. That music sound, that song sound better now since I changed the lyrics. Because when you change the lyrics, you'll be able to understand that you're focusing on what means something, the heart, this person themselves. And we got great talent here. Pharrell is doing a great job in bringing all the national acts back. But we got local people, upcoming acts, that need the exposure, and they need to be music to be played in the clubs. so that people can get to be aware that these are people in the club. Because like I tell anybody, if you ain't playing local people music in the club, if you play the music, who you think going to come to the club? It's the same thing as the talent show. If you're playing their music, there are people going to come to the club and listen to that music and support them. It has to be Pharrell is doing, other things after that coming up in May and June. They haven't announced it yet, so I don't want to, I know they got things coming up for the community on the other side. So, but people got to be aware that you can only make your dream come true when you got people like you that's got a facility. And
Well, thank you.
if it wasn't for that, like I said, Wilton Jones, Vince Prieston, the one who used to play the saxophone. He went on tour with Gladys Knight for 10 years. If it wasn't for the Royal Blue, he's been on my show and talked about it. Said if it wasn't for the Royal Blue, he may not have got that opportunity. He said that was one of his biggest dreams when he was a kid, when he was about 8 years old. He said, someday I'm gonna be on stage with Gladys Knight. And from Royal Blue, he got to be able to go on tour with Gladys Knight for her personal sax player for 10 years. Now he's in Las Vegas performing. So like I said, I tell people and let people be aware that if it wasn't for the places that you had open, those things couldn't be happening. Anybody got any comments or questions for Mr. Barry Davis? We still got him another 15 or 20 minutes. How time flies. I just
When you're having fun.
Yeah, when you're having fun. I just wanted to. I forgot. I should have got him out last night, but I just wanted to show you some of the pictures. Of from when you gave a employees party at your home, and you invited everybody from the Heartbreak and from the Club Royal Blue, and gave a pool party, pet food. Man, shout out Pat Richardson is watching. I'm gonna see can Pat come on. I'm gonna see if she wants to come on.
How you doing, Pat? Now, Pat's done more for entertainment in this community.
Yeah,
than,
Pat too.
Than
But it's hard to get
than anyone.
Yeah, it's hard to get Pat over here. I've been trying for. I ain't gonna say how many, because she'll say, "Well, no, you ain't. You ain't trying." Because she's always busy. When she says she's gonna come, but she, as a business running businesses and stuff, she's always busy. So I try to get over here when she's not. But also with bringing in celebrities, concerts. Pat,
Every
that's
big name
yeah,
has come through Pat.
yeah. Because when I first met Pat, it was through the general manager of 103 Jams, Janet said, "Hey, 85, I need a favor." And I said, "What's that? Can you can you talk to Barry about doing something with Pat?" And I'm like, "Who's?" I didn't know Pat at the time. I said, "Well, for you, I do it." And I asked you. You said, "85. Why you keep asking me? You're the general manager. Do what you always gave me that respect. Like, you're the manager. You can do whatever you want. Within reason. Don't give my club away. But I'll give everything away." And
you made it succeed.
Yeah.
Hey, you have the power to
but
do whatever you want to do.
You allowed Pat to come in, and she brought in concerts, and stuff, and brought celebrities there, and the relationship grew from there with Pat. When my brother came in, we constantly worked together. Other places, me and Pat have worked together and managed. These are the people why I bring them on the Best of the 757. People will hear about it, talk about it, but they don't know about it. And once things are putting recorded and people are saying, "Oh, I heard something different," but when they hear it from the horse's mouth, it's a total different thing. It's totally different. And the pioneers that did the work, may not be down at Virginia Beach this week, but because of you, Pat, and a host of other people that facilitate and did the things that need to be done, this is the fruit of the labor. The fruit of the labor. And, for to minimize and not give pay tribute to those that have already been on the battlefield to fight and try to maintain a quality place and try to make sure I have a great time. Hope you are. Pat's saying is, I hope you are, and I would like to thank him for all the opportunities he given me.
Oh, thank you, Pat. You deserve it.
Yeah, and I love Barry Davis for everything he has done for me. So that's coming from Pat. Like I said, it's an opportunity. For you to come over. I was scared that you weren't going to come, but you called me and assured me that you were. I know you don't talk a lot. That's why I'm doing all the talking. I don't know why. You're sitting right here. You could charm in. You know, you had allowed Pat to bring Rick Ross over to the alley. You know, so when people don't know all the
She
people,
brought jazz.
yeah, so you know more. The things that y'all done, and you help facilitate at the alley, Picasso's, and you also when you brought the male dancers at the alley, man, I
The
forgot
Chippendales.
the Chippendales. If it wasn't for you, if you weren't there, the ladies would have never seen the Chippendales.
Janet brought.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Janet.
Janet from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
radio station brought.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she had a female-orientated station.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and that's the thing too.
How many people even remember WOWI or WRAP?
Right.
All the people that made it right in this area.
Yeah.
That we have today.
Yeah.
The fact that WOWI has survived all these years.
Right.
All the transformations of music.
Right.
It's still the number one radio station in the area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that's the point. People don't know. That's why it's important to do shows like this, so that our young people, somewhere along the way, their parents can say, "Hey, listen to them, watch this," to inspire them. It's to inspire the next generation. Because if people don't see you, they don't see Pat, they see all the celebrities, but the celebrities is talk about what they do and what they got, not the hard work that they did to get there. And some of them do, but to sit down and bring a person out of the community so the community can finally see Barry Davis that may not know that the Club Royal Blue, 1872 East Little Creek Road wouldn't have been there. Luxury Brown wouldn't have been there. Picasso's would have never been there. It's because you had the vision to do all that. So when people thinking that, hey, well, yeah, you did, but somebody did it first. In order to open that door, you opened the door.
Well, I remind you that the Missy Elliott's that have come through there,
Right.
they had to be good.
Yeah. Oh, she.
Oh.
Right.
They had to be good.
Hey,
because if you could beat Jesse,
Yeah.
if you could beat Dominique,
Dominique
if you
Carr.
could beat Barbara, if you could
Barbara
beat
Thornton. Yeah.
the groups that were in there.
Hey.
7, 8, 9.
Man.
Limited to 10 groups every Sunday.
Right.
We had to limit it.
Right.
If you could beat them,
Right.
you were
you were
national.
Yeah, you were national.
You were national.
Because all those people are still performing. Dominique Carr is still performing now, and he does. He sing gospel. He still continue to sing gospel with national gospel, groups and stuff, and do local. I play his music over here. So people don't understand. Barry, you are a pillar of the community. I will stand up for you forever. 85, you're the best. That's coming from Pat. And send mad shout outs to Tamika Winborn, who is a movie producer, and she just finished wrapping up a movie. I got to get you back over here. Hopefully, if I have time to get you over on a day to talk about your movie, if you're still in the area. It's important for people to know. It's important. Like I tell people, everybody's born for a specific reason. My mission is something else, and I stick to my mission. It's not, I stick to community work and young people, and that's what I'm working on now. I'm with different. I'm with national organizations. I got a call today. Is with the state attorney general office. She called me this morning to discuss some things. But like I try to get. Yeah, and Pat says she started Mrs. Career. I know she was in a talent show, but I wasn't aware of who started her career. But I know Pat has worked with a lot of local artists and stuff of that nature. But when it comes to doing things, our next generation is dying. we cannot continue to afford to overlook that factor that every day of the week kids are being bullied locally, region, regionally when you go out of the 757 to Richmond and we all those places, that's region, but as well as national. Mine is trying to develop a national campaign to try to foster that energy and put it in another direction. So when I do things is basically because of young people. I study and watch my kids grow up. I got 7 kids that all graduated from uh, six graduated from college. One 1 year college, but he started his own business. So at 19, so he said college is not for me, but if it doesn't work, I got time to go back later. My son and his wife is principals down in Virginia Beach. My son, my one of my youngest sons that used to come to Royal Blue with me, he owned his own print company. He's a master. He's a accountant. He went to math and stuff of that nature. My son, that's as a principal, uh, grew up to be a principal. He would have got a job at what you was doing, and he didn't want to go in the stock market. He didn't want to go. He had a once he graduated from Lynchburg, he had offers to come to
The financial business.
yeah, the financial service, but he didn't want to do it. But Michael Mazon is saying, good afternoon.
Heart attack.
Yeah, Heart Attack, a.k.a. DJ Heart Attack. And also,
The best.
Tony Freeman is on.
The best DJ.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
So-
The best dancer.
Right. I don't know about that. I'm going to challenge him. But I'm a little older than he is, so he might get me now.
Well, he's gained a few lbs.
Yeah, I'll get out there. I got to get back in the gym. Tony Freeman is watching as well. So like I tell people, when it comes to
Which I might add, every one of those people you've mentioned,
right,
has helped my success.
right.
So it's not my success; it's
right,
our success.
right.
Even today, the alley.
Right.
It's a team effort.
Right.
It's not me.
Yeah.
We still sit in the meetings and we say the exact same things we spoke about 34 years ago.
Right.
How to be the dress police, how to teach young people to be adults.
Right.
How to drink even.
Right.
You don't drink straight liquor.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. That's why it's called mixed beverage.
Right.
People need to learn this. They can't learn these things on the street or in someone's home.
Yeah.
So we feel it's our job to help guide people how to behave, how to dress.
Because people are not bad. They just get in bad situations. And when you talk to them and explain these things to them, and they'll come back and tell you, I didn't know. And I'm glad.
If you have a good enough place, they will do what it takes to
Right.
stay.
Oh, yeah.
And then they learn.
Yeah.
Then they laugh at the next person that didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's a growth like your kids.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Like your kids, you grow.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to grow up.
Yeah. Because
and behave.
It's always a blueprint. And that's why I always bring up my kids. Because if my kids is no different from your kids.
Exactly.
All you got to do is love them and take care of them. Pay attention to them.
And care
And care about
about them.
them, right? So that's why I always bring up my kids, because I'm out here with my organization trying to show other people and their kids you can be just like them. It's no magic. They're not better than you. It's just that parents got to show that they love their kids. My kids did things when they were growing up and they got their butt tore up. I ain't playing no games. I don't play. And they know I don't play. Because the streaks ain't playing. Either the streaks or me. You got a choice. The lock's on this side of the door. You can open it anytime you get ready. And when you don't want to listen, say la vie, baby. But you'll wish 1,000 times when you get out there that you'll listen.
Well, I will tell you that our police departments and the jobs they do.
Right.
Fortunately, we're allowed to have police work and
Right.
provide outside security at the alley.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of our customers think that they're the enemy.
Right.
They all look at those police like they're there to protect them.
Right.
And that's what they're here to do in our community.
Hello.
And we need to treat them that way and respect them
Right.
because they're putting their lives on the line to protect us.
Yeah.
And I tell you, when someone's out of control,
yeah,
they stop that out of control behavior, which saves the nightclub that they
Right.
need to come to.
Of course.
If those police were not there, if there was no one regulating,
Yeah.
there would be no more
Yeah.
alley
Right. Because we were the first in this area
to
at,
employ that
at
type
the
of security.
employee and at the Royal Blue. We were the first club that started using the metal detector. People used to say, "Hey, I ain't coming to the club that got a metal detector. There's something wrong." I said, "Let me explain something to you, partner. The Farrakhan come here to the scope, you are one, and you walk through a metal detector. The president come here, you're one. You just as valuable as they are. That's why we have this in place, because it's about safety. It ain't no ego. It's about you being safe.
Correct.
And by doing that, we have been able to foster and shut down negativity, because negativity is not going to come because they, it's not going to happen. So we are in the entertainment business and club owners and stuff. We owe it to the customer to make sure that they know that we care about them. We don't want them here for one day. We want them here as long as they enjoy the entertainment and they have a good time. Because we are not just club owners. Like I tell people, if I get fired from somebody, it doesn't bother me. I'm contracted. I understand. This is a business. And I do things because this is what my vision tells me to do. But my spirit leads me to do what I need to do. But the thing is, those people that come in the club are my family. They're like my sons and daughters, And there's some lovely ladies that come in there, but they still, young or old, they are like my brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles. I'm protecting them. I put my life on the line to make sure that they are straight. So that's what people don't understand when it comes to club. Those people that come in the door, you greet them and you, good evening, how you doing?
One thing you taught me,
Yeah.
Captain 85, is we care about whether they come or not.
Right.
We care about what they do when they're with us.
Right.
And we care about what they do when they're on our property from the
Right.
moment they pull onto our property
Right.
to the moment they leave.
Right.
And we care what happens to them when they go home.
Yes.
And we care that they learn how to behave.
Hello.
And they see how to behave. And
Right.
we give them the examples.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people come to the alley just like they did Club Royal Blue,
Right.
Picasso's, and question why we are the dress police.
Yeah.
Why we tell you to pull your pants.
Right.
They question.
Right.
But that's our job.
Right.
And in the end, the results are better.
Yes.
And so they go on and they become entertainers.
Yeah.
Brigadier generals.
Right.
Whatever they become,
Hello.
they don't stop at our place.
Yeah. People be surprised. We have employed people that wind up once they graduate from college from here. Now I got people that work for the FBI. That used to come to Club Royal Blue and Picasso's. And even danced at the alley. I mean, they don't even know how many people throughout the world. I could be in New York, and people might think this is a joke. Be on Times Square, and
see someone you know.
and somebody's running down the street trying to get my attention.
Exactly.
Club Royal Blue, Captain 85. I'm like, and I told my fiance at the time, she said, "Ain't nobody knowing you up here." And then the guy walks up and says, "Hey man, I ain't seen you in a minute." I see that all the time. I could be in North Carolina walking down a dirt road. Somebody drive by in a car. Club Royal Blue, Captain 85. Or be in New Jersey catching the subway. Same thing. Hundreds of people transiting from, it's people don't know that people have left here and moved back to other cities and states and countries. And man, shout out to Jersey. How you doing, Miss Brown? How you doing? Well, we got about 5 minutes. What you got on the horizon? Anything new coming you got going on? Coming about or?
Well, we have a big weekend this weekend.
Right.
We don't know what to expect
Okay.
because people are aware, but all of Hampton,
Right.
Newport News,
Okay.
all the hotels are booked.
Right.
With something in the water.
Right. But that don't mean everybody's going to be down.
It doesn't mean everybody's going to be there, so we
Right.
don't know what to expect, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of out-of-towners.
Right.
So we're just gearing for a good, successful, safe weekend.
Right.
And that everyone that comes to our community
Right.
enjoys our community and wants to come back.
Okay. Tony Freeman said, "Great seeing you, Barry. Still give us somewhere to go after all these years."
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah. So Roy, Governor, Royal Governor said hi, Barry. You know, so it's important, and that's why I said it was important to bring you over here to let people be aware that.
Well, if I could shout out to the people that run the alley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who
Yeah.
do such a great job. I mean, you talk about a 20,000 square foot facility.
Yeah.
5,000 people a week.
Okay.
And, that's a pretty big place.
Yeah.
A lot going on. And they work hard and do a great job. And our success rate is great. And
Right.
so Emery Coleman, Tony Coleman, Clint Nicholson.
Okay.
James Scobie.
Okay.
Rico Dozier.
Okay.
Please, great job. All of our DJs and entertainers. And
Right.
And especially the Newport News Police Department.
Right, of course.
They keep that place on the map.
Yeah. Well, they're friendly. And I know when I was over there, I had an opportunity to, talk to a couple of them. Real nice, real friendly, especially
It's
the
called
officers.
community policing.
Yeah.
And they do a great job.
Yeah.
So shout out to Newport News.
No question, no question. When it comes to trying to do things in the community, like I when I opened up and spoke, you've always been there for the community, Afro American community, giving back, Halloween parties, Thanksgiving, feeding people for Christmas.
We still do our after 20 some odd years, which you started our Halloween party for kids.
Right.
That we bring in on the Saturday of Halloween.
Okay.
We invite all the kids, and we have 1,000 kids in
Right.
Newport News.
Yeah.
Our first one we ever did at Club Royal Blue with Wowie.
Yeah.
And Janet.
Right.
Was probably had 1,000 kids then too.
Yeah.
It was tremendous.
Yeah.
We do feedings.
Yeah.
We work with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference.
Okay.
Which in Newport News has many, many needs.
Right.
And we get involved in a lot of things they do. There's a gentleman named Andrew Shannon.
Yeah.
That heads the Southern Christian Leadership Conference.
Okay.
He's very dynamic.
Yes.
He feeds people. He does a lot to bring attention to that part of the area of Newport News, which is forgotten.
Okay.
And then we have a gentleman that works with us who's a member of the Newport News School Board.
Right.
Well, I think he has a couple of parties this week. John
okay.
Ely. I think
Okay.
he's doing something at some nightclubs in Virginia Beach and Portsmouth.
Okay.
For the event this weekend.
Right.
But John Ely is a very successful hairdresser, owns a beauty salon.
Okay.
Retail establishment.
Okay.
Highly successful businessman, opening a restaurant shortly in downtown Newport News.
Oh, okay.
And he helps us and brings a bit of professionalism and understanding and awareness of what goes on in the community. And, and is always involving us in celebrity basketball games. We help the police do their basketball leagues for the kids in downtown Newport News.
Okay.
So when we sponsor teams, sometimes we sponsor the whole league.
Right.
Because that's our responsibility.
Right.
Of a nightclub that caters to so many people in that community.
Right.
So whether it be me or anyone else that does business there, they should be giving back to their community.
Of course. It helps facilitate the needs of the community when you're doing that. It's not on one, burying just one person. It's everybody's getting involved. Tony Freeman said, "Hey, let's do some old school shows."
Sounds great.
He said, "Sound great, Tony. Give him a call. Hit him up." But that's about closely right on that nose. You must be a time consumer because you right at 1 o'clock you finish up. I want to thank you for coming over.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, to have worked for you, and you like I tell people, he's one of my dearest friends. When I graduated, you came to my arch presentation, you and your wife, which I really appreciated that. And
I didn't know you graduated. I thought you're not on the 5-year plan. You're on the 50-year plan.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay here. I might become president of the university. I don't know, but
you might be the oldest attending member.
Probably. Probably is.
You were here since Wilson, Washington.
Nah, yeah. Hey, I ain't got no problem. I've been
Actually,
here
before Wilson.
I was in 80. I came here in 70 something, and for a brief period, and then I left. That was back in the 70s. I was at Colonial Store Warehouse to take a couple of classes. and then I stopped, and then like I got so many.
Well, this school is definitely
Yeah.
it's definitely a leading
Yeah.
university in the country and,
Yeah.
and in our area.
Yeah, they in the top 5 and 10.
They've done a terrific job here.
I was
85,
watching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Well, like I said, it's been fun. Want to thank Mr. Barry Davis for coming over, the owner and proprietor of Club Royal Blue, Luxury Brown, Picasso's from back in the day, and the Heartbreak Cafe and Virginia Beach, and Newport News, which is now the Alley Nightclub. Don't forget, ladies, tomorrow night is that $1,000 giveaway. Better get your heels on. Get that money going. $800 first, $200 second. You already know what time it is. This is the best of the 757. Remember, love yourself and put God first, and everything else will fall in place. It doesn't matter what others think about you. It's all in what you think about you. To the next time we meet, to the next time we greet, this has been Let's Give Praise Music Ministry with the best of the 757 on WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion.